Please be advised that Little Miss Recap contains adult language.
My word is my proof is the most John Dutton thing that you can John Dutton. Hello and welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where everybody talks like this. Guys, I was just doing my Rip imitation and guess what it sounded like? This.
Boss Hog!
Boss Hog John Dutton, and you know it's going to be Cody Brown.
Oh, Cody Brown.
My name's Amy Archer and I'm your host. And I'm here with the spaghetti to my meatball, my best friend, Steph. Hi, Steph. Good morning.
What up?
What up? I need to get some dental anxiety out of the way here.
Do you need dental work?
I have such anxiety over the dentist. I can't even tell you.
What is happening?
So,
teeth are like my thing. I have
3 or 4 fillings in my mouth that I got when I was in college. Okay. Because when I went to school in college, they didn't leave you on your parents' insurance, so you didn't have a dentist. So you just let your teeth rot. So I have 4 fillings in my teeth from that era, which was like the early 2000s.
Okay.
Well, I graduated college in 99, so around that time.
Mm.
And one by one, they've just been like breaking down.
Yikes.
And I've been needing to get crowns or replacements or whatever.
God.
And so the one on my left is like, I could feel it's just starting to hurt me a little bit.
Oh, I don't like this.
But I also have extreme anxiety because I'm going away in 2 weeks and I just don't want anything to happen on my trip.
So you need to call the dentist now.
I called him today. I'm going at 4:30.
Oh, okay. I've never had a cavity.
No, I did. There was a long period of time where I had no health insurance and no dental insurance and no eye insurance.
Dude.
This is why I have a problem with the whole like making fun of people's teeth thing, because I just grew up like in a time when dental care costs so much money and a lot of people just don't have it.
I hear
you know
that.
What I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. Like that's still the case. A lot of people don't have it.
Oh, definitely.
It's ridiculous.
I just am psycho about teeth and I would do bad things if I had to take care of my teeth.
Yeah. But when you're like,
no,
20, you don't fucking care.
Of course, that's not what I mean.
You think you're gonna live forever and your teeth will be fine.
Yeah, of course.
Because
we know everything when we're 20. My kids certainly do, and they're 20. They know everything.
My kids know everything, and they're 16. Yeah.
So that's a conversation for another day.
So I'm just having a lot of anxiety around the dentist.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Like, what's he gonna do to me?
I mean,
you know what I need? Sedation dentistry.
Do you not get sedated?
No.
Oh, I thought that was what they did.
No, they just numb me and then do whatever they have to do.
Oh, well, can't you ask for it?
I could ask for them to hit me with a brick or something. Knock me out.
I don't know. See, I've honestly never had anything but a cleaning, so I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah,
I just assumed that when you had work that was they offered that, but what do I know? Clearly
no,
nothing.
They don't. They don't.
All right.
It's
Do you want me to call and ask for you?
I mean, can you come with me and just hit me at something?
I mean, I can come with you
we go in
for sure. I will come with you and hold your hand.
Let's figure out what's going on in the universe. Not much. Amanda and I started the Yellow Jackets rewatch of season 1, and it's a lot of fun.
Good.
I really love talking about that show.
I know.
There's just so much.
I rewatched that. Did I rewatch it? I did. I rewatched it right before season 2 came out recently.
Yeah.
So within the last couple months. It's a good.
Yeah, I had never seen it. So I watched it for the first time right before season 2 came out. I know. And it was so good. There is a cover of, in the first episode, there's a cover of In Excess's Never Tear Us Apart that I really liked. I have to get a hold of.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song. R.I.P. Michael Hutchins.
R.I.P.
On a lighter note, I'm getting excited about my trip to Toronto.
That's exciting.
We did our prep, which is what we always do, which is we watch the Anthony Bourdain episode for wherever we're going.
I hate you so much.
So we have some ideas.
You're going without kids, correct?
Yeah, we always go without kids.
I know, you're smart. I'm not. I
Mm-hmm.
take my idiots and
Listen,
all their friends.
here's how it goes. I usually take my girls on vacation with my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the girls' trip.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need a vacation from that vacation.
Of course.
So I go with Timmy on a real vacation where we do nothing but drink and eat and crawl around a place.
All right. I mean, I can get behind that.
Yes.
Sounds like a
yes,
good time had
yes,
by all.
yes. So let me think. Do I have any announcements? No announcements. Just that, I want you guys to check out the Yellow Jackets rewatch. And then next week, so this week you'll be hearing And Just Like That with Leslie, but the following week I will be in Canada the first week of August, so you will not get an And Just Like That episode. And so
Oh,
you can
okay. So the first week of August, I'm going to be at the beach also.
yes, you're leaving the day I'm coming home, I think.
I leave on Saturday the 5th.
I'm coming home on Sunday the 6th.
Okay. Well, we'll record that week I'm away. I'll
Mm-hmm.
do it at the beach.
No, we don't need to. That's fine. We can wait.
Yeah, we do.
This is not an ongoing show, so it's okay if we're a week behind.
The people want to hear, dude.
The people will line up outside my driveway here.
Seriously, where is I almost said Yellow Jackets.
Where's Yellowstone?
Where's Yellowstone?
Where's the Dutton Ranch? All right, so
Who is?
Go ahead.
Because I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry. Who's the girl in the bunkhouse talk like that? She's like standing there. She's like, why are y'all my shank?
Tater.
Yeah, okay.
That's Tater.
Tater. Okay. She's becoming one of my favorites.
She's Michael Landon's daughter. I've told you this.
Shut the fuck. You did tell me this.
Yes.
And I forget.
Yes.
I forget all the time.
Michael Landon, the holdie of all holdies. He is in the golden pyramid of holdies.
I know.
Michael Landon. John Stamos might be top.
John Stamos, dude.
But Michael Landon is in the pyramid of Goldie Holdies. All right, are we ready? Are we ready to head down onto the ranch?
We're ready. I'm ready.
You asked me before we started how I'm feeling about this season overall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not loving it.
I know.
Not loving it.
I don't love
overall.
it either.
Mm-mm.
And like you said earlier, when we spoke off the pod, it's the politics that I don't love either.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care about this crap. Give me the good stuff.
Well, and it's like, this is our fucking escape.
I know. I
don't want to think about it. I don't want to hear. Yellowstone, for me, my podcast, my watch, is a political free zone. I don't want to hear about it. But now they're mucking it up with politics.
I know.
And of course, I'm going to have an opinion about that because that's the bitch I am.
I know. Same.
All right.
Bitches have opinions.
We have opinions.
I have a multitude of opinions.
So we are looking at Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 3, Tall Drink of Water. Now, I gave you an assignment to study up on a character for reenactment.
I
Not
know.
the one we just covered right before we started, but the other one I texted you about. So you better be ready.
I'm not, but that's okay.
Okay. All right. Guys, we're trying to experiment because Stephanie's always yelling at me that I throw things at her at the last minute.
She does.
She can't prepare for the reenactment. And
well, that scene that you told me to prepare happened so early in the episode that like before it was even like it was over before I even realized that that's the one I was supposed to be studying.
Yeah,
and I was like, I can't.
You don't have much heavy lifting to do in this.
I know. So
Okay.
I'm just going to wing it.
Okay. So we open back in time with a young John Dutton and
also, wait a minute. Before we open, let's just let everybody know that I always get the shit assignments. You always get of
course. Whose name is on the placard?
Exactly.
I'm getting the best.
I know. You always get the good. You're like, pretend you're that person that no one even saw. I'm like, oh, it's like real life.
That's not true. That's not true because you are going to shine coming up in a later scene, which we just talked about.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right.
I can't help it. I mean, you're good at, like, when you did Alan Gore, how would I make you anything but Alan Gore?
I know.
Hearing your Alan Gore.
It's not that good, you guys. It's not that good.
So we open up back in time with a young John Dutton and a baby Rip. Baby Rip just speaks in colloquialisms like, oh, 2 shepherds in a wool blanket. Like, it makes no sense. So
Baby Rip.
Baby Rip comes upon a really disturbing scene of a cow and her calf is like ripped from her. It's really upsetting.
The animals that die in this show are more than my little pea
I
brain
know,
and
but
heart.
that's life. That's life on a ranch.
I know, Amy.
So,
Just don't like it.
so John Dutton gets down, dun, 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 whips out his little livestock PI badge, and he puts his CSI sunglasses on. He gets down there, and he is investigating. I love that they have like a livestock police. I know it's a real thing.
I know,
and
but
I know it's necessary.
Isn't it? Is it
But
necessary?
isn't it a little overkill?
I need to know, is it necessary? Honestly, because it's freaking weird. Like, what? The livestock police? Like, I can't even understand what they're policing.
Now, I don't know if you got this vibe, but he realizes immediately that it's the wolves from the park who've escaped and done this. And he realizes by looking at their footprint and blah blah blah. And I just wrote, this has a real Jurassic Park feel to
Yeah, it does.
it.
It's so bizarre.
So now we see a town meeting and they're talking about the wolves. The crowd is angry.
They're
and they're
real
talking
angry
about these wolves from, quote, fucking Canada. And they're like all wound up. And the park officials are they're like, well, they technically are from Canada, but blah, blah, blah. And I wrote, oh my God, this is Jurassic Park. Like when John Hammond has to convince Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum that bringing dinosaurs back is a good thing.
It's a good thing. And no, it's not. And it wasn't.
Right. And so I was expecting Jeff Goldblum to be in the back and just being like, life will find a way.
It's so funny because, like, I have officially just deemed myself the livestock police of my own backyard.
Oh, okay.
So, you know that, like, since I've started working from home, like 3 years now, I have made friends with all of the animals that live in the neighborhood.
Yes.
I have a squirrel that has been coming here every day. He eats my trash. His name's Raj. He's got and I know them. Like, I know them and they know me. Raj has
Does Raj have his ear pierced? Because I feel like you should
he
tag him
doesn't.
somehow.
Raj has a real sparsely, like, his tail isn't very full.
Okay.
He's got like an alopecia situation happening on his tail.
He's been through it.
He's been through some shit.
I mean, he lives on trash.
And then Raj has a cousin, Pudge, who comes around with him every once in a while. Pudge is really chubby, and he has a short tail. Like, his was hacked off in something. He had a situation. I know. Okay. And you know the countless cats that have been here, but the latest. So I have 2 cardinals, a male and a female, that are here every day.
I saw them on your Instagram.
Like, they literally stalk me from the window next to my office. And I have a hummingbird.
I love hummingbirds.
Me too.
Birds.
I'm a bird nerd. Like, I get it. Well, I've always loved birds, but Patrick is a serious bird nerd. Like, he can tell you any bird in the world. This is the one area
that Patrick and I disagree.
I know.
This and whales.
And no, true. Right. But they're like, oh, I'm so obsessed with my hummingbird. So
hummingbirds are very cute. Do you have the little feeders out? I have my little feeders.
I'm going to get one because I didn't. I have a feeder that I feed all the other birds. So we just put seed in. But I don't have a hummingbird feeder. But I'm totally getting one now because
I will only feed hummingbirds.
2 Saturdays in a row that I have seen it. It was here yesterday and it was here again last weekend.
What are you going to name it?
I have no clue.
So let's call it Baby Rip.
Okay. Baby Rip.
The hummingbird.
Baby Rip the hummingbird. All right, I'm here for that.
Okay.
I'm going
to So these officials are trying to convince this crazy crowd that the dinosaurs are a good thing coming back. And the park dudes are like, there have not been any confirmed livestock kills by these wolves. And the crowd is screaming, liar, liar. This crowd is wild.
They're insane.
And let's keep in mind, if John Dutton's like 45, so it's probably about 15, 20 years ago. So it's probably like the 2099 era.
I would say so.
Okay. John Dutton strolls in. He's on this committee, so I don't know what's happening. I don't know what this committee is. Maybe it's the livestock police. I don't know.
I got nothing.
So after the meeting, John and the others are drinking, and this one guy's like, we investigated these claims, and they're just not true. Now, Stephanie, we're going to reenact this scene, okay? Now, you've been prepared for this.
I have not.
So you are going to be Guy standing at cheap bar.
Okay.
And I'm going to be John Dutton on the couch. Okay. So you're going to start with, no, these claims are not true. No wolf is killing livestock. Go ahead.
These claims are not true.
No, you can't
John.
be a John
I can't
Dutton
be John. Oh, all right.
You can be Southern if you want, even though they're in
all right, they're in
Montana.
These claims are not true. What did I say?
No wolf is killing livestock.
No wolf's killing livestock around here. These claims are false.
Well, I can show you 5 right now. Now, the main thing you have to get to is, do you have any proof?
Yeah. You got any proof of that?
My word is my proof. I bet you didn't know that, did you? I saw Bigfoot. He does exist. He is a very handsome man. And I know that because my word is my proof. And I'm saying it right now. Like, what? What are you talking about?
I know.
My wife is banging your best friend. How do I know? Because I'm saying it. And it's my word. And it's true. My taxes are filed. There. It's done. Like, he just speaks things into existence.
I know. Is he Trump?
I don't know. But, so, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And you know what? I do remember this scene. And I was supposed to, and seriously, dude, this was not a scene that one would even understand to practice. I'm like, who am I supposed to be?
Okay,
nothing is happening.
But John Dutton saying, my word is my proof, is the most John Dutton thing that you can John Dutton.
Oh,
okay.
It is.
I mean, it is fucking ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
But whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
So this guy's like, John, you are not a wildlife biologist. And John says, they have big paws and they bite at the hocks. It's them. Then John says, we supported you bringing the wolves back, like the farmers. We supported it and the ranchers. But you need to protect us or else. And then the guy says, killing an endangered species is a felony, John. I'd remind people of that. And John goes, you don't know me well enough to call me John. I am Commissioner Dutton.
I know. Whatever.
Okay. All right.
Whatever.
So now it's current day. We're heading over to the main house, and Rip and Beth are getting up and getting ready. I was like, why are they in the main house? I remember their house burned down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beth is up and ready to go early. She says she's going to Salt Lake to tie up some loose ends. Mm-hmm. And she does look beautiful here.
I wrote that too.
I mean, she's a stunning woman.
I know, but there's something about this scene. She's so fucking gorgeous. When she walks out of the house, and she's on the porch having the coffee, and they show her like with the mountains behind her and the sun. She's just so fucking gorgeous. Like, God, she's beautiful.
She and John have a real weird conversation.
They sure do.
About things they shouldn't talk about. And Beth's like, Daddy, I told you when I had my first threesome. I don't like this.
No.
And I never did like this like string that they have here.
I don't like it either. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yes, it makes me uncomfortable too. And maybe because, here's what I started thinking about. Maybe because John Dutton, Kevin Costner, and this actress are close in age.
I know.
And both hot.
I know. I don't think they're that close in age, are they? I'm going to have to look that up.
All right, we're back. Okay, so Kelly Riley is 46.
Our age.
She's as old as me.
She's as old as us. And we are not 70.
And Kevin Costner is 68. So there's 22 years difference.
She's not. It's just...
But Kevin Costner does not look 68.
No, he looks fucking amazing.
I mean, we learn in this episode fucking Lloyd is 58.
He can't be. I'm going to look that up. He can't
be. He's got to be 79.
He's 64. What? He's adorable.
I love him, but I can't. Okay.
God, I love him so much.
But I agree. There's something creepy about their relationship.
Yeah, I don't like. It's like sexualized or something.
Yeah, I don't like it. So John is saying that he reflects in the morning about his wife, but he can't give details. So he's reflecting about banging his wife on that porch, probably.
I know.
Because let me tell you something. When you live in the country, nobody's around. You bang outside.
Oh, I have no doubt. I'm sure.
However, I feel like there is a staff of people at that ranch. So maybe he gives them all the day off.
Yeah, isn't it weird? In all seriousness, here are people that claim they're about to lose this ranch, but they're like staffing cooks And like, who are they cooking for? The 2 people that actually live there?
Yeah.
Beth and
weird.
John? Like, what? Well, and Rip, but I don't think he eats. He's
Rip
he's always busy cleaning up somebody's mess.
I literally saw him eating dinner in this episode.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. It's like they like, what? It's just stupid.
And that small table is in such a weird spot. It's like right in the big living room.
Right. And it's like not even, it's like in a weird sort of corner, but it's not. Like, why are we not just sitting at a normal kitchen table? Like, I don't understand. I hate it. So Beth
tells John to find someone to love because a memory can't love you back, Daddy. All right. Now we're in the bunkhouse. It is Lloyd's birthday.
I fucking love Lloyd.
The guys are busting Lloyd that he looks 117, but as Stephanie has just told us, the actor's 64, the character is supposedly 58. We see Wheeler in the shower, and he's hooked up with one of those annoying barrel racer girls again. I can't stand these girls. Go away. Stupid. Even Rip is nice to Lloyd on his birthday.
I know. He's fucking lucky because no one is nice to Rip, and somebody needs to start being nice to him.
You mean no one's nice to Lloyd?
I meant no one's like Lloyd. Yes, yes.
So that's Rip goes into the barn and he finds Carter, and Carter's feeding a calf. Ugh. And Carter asks if the lone calf will be shipped out, and Rip says no, and then he says, "Orphans don't get shipped off around here, boy." And then he tells Carter, "Saddle up because I'm going to make a cowboy out of you just yet." So there we go. That was a nice scene between them.
That was nice.
But they don't get to... Go ahead.
Do you think it's weird that they're writing in another Rip story into Rip's story?
What do you mean?
Like, Rip was a kid that John took in. Like, why? Like, is that weird that they're duplicating a story? Like,
heavy-handed metaphor, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I liked the idea. They've seemed to have gotten away from this, at least in my opinion right now, where I like the idea of Beth raising him.
Me too.
Like the effect that Carter has on Beth, but like they're never together
That's
anymore.
Not happening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Rip and Carter don't get to have their father-son ride because U.S. Fish and Wildlife shows up. And they are even more angry than the livestock police. These guys are mean business.
They's pissed.
So they have found the log with the collar attached from the Jurassic Park wolves. And they're fucking pissed. And they're not fucking around. And Rip is like, well, help yourself. Go, skadoodle onto my property. And they're like, oh, no. You're coming with us, and that's not a request. Now we go over to my favorite couple, Kayce and Monica. Kayce and Monica are talking with Thomas Rainwater and Mo. And Thomas Rainwater and Mo are explaining that the baby needs a spirit horse to ride his spirit to the other side. And Kayce's like, I don't want to kill a horse. And Mo says, you won't have to. God will provide the horse when your son is ready. They also reveal in this scene that the house is a rental.
Yeah, I knew
that. Pretty interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we knew that. I think we knew that.
I don't know why I give a shit so much about their real estate, but
for a few things. One, I love Mo. 2, do you think there's something to John's horse dying in last episode?
That's what I thought.
Okay.
I thought, conveniently a horse
just died.
Okay. And it's John's horse, and
the baby is John. I know.
So Thomas Rainwater says something here that I like. He says, death is the one thing we do alone. No matter who's around us, we're still alone. And I thought that was really impactful. I love Thomas Rainwater.
Me too.
So they say the ceremony should be tomorrow. Now Monica goes in the house, and Kayce's outside, and he's talking with Thomas Rainwater and Mo. And he tells them, every time I'm involved with my dad and I'm doing the livestock PD, something bad happens. And so my vision said I would have to choose, so I'm choosing. And I choose those people in there, Monica and Tate. I love Kayce.
I know.
Love him.
I know. He made his choice.
Yep. So he says, but now I need a job. And Thomas Rainwater and Mo are like, we don't really have anything to fit your skill set. I'm thinking, you run a fucking casino.
I know.
Let him
I know.
deal at the card table or teach him how to take money out of the slot machine. He could do something.
Be something. Yeah. I mean, he could be a janitor if he had to be. Let's be real. This is ridiculous.
He could be there. What's the problem? Oh, want to put him in a position of authority. Oh, maybe he can't work there because it's a native casino.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet you.
Oh, I
I
bet
bet you
you're right. I didn't think of that.
can work there. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they only employ natives,
Yep.
which would make sense.
Yeah, and
Although,
guys, come at us. Like, I don't know a lot about Thomas Rainwater in most cultures, so come at us if
I
we're saying
know.
the wrong things or using the wrong terms. We are open to listening and learning. So please do that. So then Mo suggests have your brother appoint you a special investigator for the state. And Thomas Rainwater's like, look, you're making the right choice. It will reveal itself in time. Now we see Monica. She's cutting veggies for lunch and she freaks out and she chops her hair off.
Mhm.
And Mo grabs Kayce and tells him, let her do it. This is her way. This is our way of grieving. Let her do it.
She cut her hair off. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
God. I felt so
Mm-hmm.
bad.
So now Jamie gets to work. Jamie's at work. And Ellis and Sarah Atwood are there waiting for him. As predicted, they have filed a lawsuit. Now, all this shit is so boring to me, this business
Me
stuff.
too. I know. I
I'm
like
going to tell you what I think
gloss
I know
over.
about it.
I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I know the slug. That's it.
She makes an appearance.
Yeah, I know.
So Jamie tells them their zoning license was rejected. And Ellis is like, you fucking promised. Like, you promised. And you took millions in lease payments. And Jamie's like, sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
See you later. So he kicks them out, but Sarah stays behind and tells Jamie he's a better lawyer than she expected. She tells him, I know you think this is a terrible idea because businesses are going to pull out of the state. Now there's no timber in and no sales tax. And how the fuck is Montana going to make any money? And then she invites him to dinner. And of course, he's considering it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, what annoys me so fucking much about this story is that it's just so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
oh, let's hire a hot girl to seduce Jamie. Oh, how original. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Come up with something better.
And of
This,
course, Jamie's going to fall for
of
it.
course.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
Kayce would see right
so,
through that shit.
he would. But it's so super fucking cheesy. It's like, it's even too cheesy for this cheese.
I agree.
I hate it.
So Kayce rolls up now on a contemplative John, staring at the ranch. Again, probably dreaming about banging his wife. I don't know what he's doing.
And like, I want to know, I'm sorry.
Go on.
I need to dive into character a little bit here. So, why does John not see what a shit ass mother his wife was? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about why. Again, played by Gretchen Mol, who was the woman from Boardwalk Empire, which is one of my favorite shows of all time.
It annoys me that
Why do you think she was a bad mother? Remind me of the flashbacks that we've seen of her.
She was horrible to Beth. Horrible to Beth, dude. She just seemed like that mom that cliche. Everything's perfect. You better be perfect. I don't know. I didn't feel a whole lot of warmth from her in any of the flashbacks that they've showed. So like, I always just, maybe I'm completely wrong and I'm reading it wrong.
I forget how she died.
She falls off the horse, remember?
Oh, that's right. And Jamie's involved in that, right?
No, Beth. And Beth is blamed because they're out. Remember, she was riding in the morning with the kids and she and Beth were having like an argument and Beth spooked her horse or something.
Okay.
And she got thrown from her horse and she died in the field.
Here's my thing with that. In order to, like, you're asking why John doesn't realize. I think in order to realize, he would have to be a good parent. And I don't think John Dutton's a very good father.
I know, you're right.
You know what I mean? So, like, he probably thinks she was fine.
I know, I hate that, though.
Like, he's not the type that's going to be like, she was too hard on Beth. And Beth, you know what I mean? Like, he's just not that type.
Fuck.
All right. So, Kayce's asking John, can we bury the baby here? And John's like, of course.
I know.
And he's like, it'll be a native service, so we can't be there. And John says, look, whatever she wants, you give it to her, son. And Kayce says, well, in that case, here's my livestock PI badge back. I'm giving it up. I can't do both. I have to choose her. And John says, the state needs you, Kayce. And Kayce says, but she needs me more. And he's like, all right, let's go pick a spot. So now we get a brief scene of Thomas Rainwater and Mo. They're driving home. They're talking about John, how he should resign. They get to the casino and there's a protest over Thomas Rainwater. And the speaker's like, Rainwater's all about money and selling our land. And he's like freaking out. Mo wants to remove the speaker because Mo is awesome.
I love Mo.
And Thomas Rainwater's like, no, we're not going to martyr him. And then we see Angela Blue Thunder, who is not here to play.
Nope.
And she says, Thomas Rainwater keeps our people as slaves, and she's going to teach him the master rules, and the lesson will not be pleasant.
No, she's the Beth of the natives.
Yes, I'm terrified of her.
I know, I don't like her either.
So Rip and the police get to the place where the wolves were killed, and these livestock PD chiefs or whatever the fuck they are, the U.S. wildlife marshals, they are like all over this. They're like, this field is newly plowed. According to the GPS, the wolves spent a lot of time here. What's going on? And Rip is like doing his best to keep cool. Now, how cool was Rip under pressure?
He really is. I was super impressed.
Oh my God.
It's actually
it's hot.
It's totally hot.
I just wrote, these idiots seem to be easily led astray because Rip's like, you have to go over that mountain there and
I'm not going
easy.
with you. Yeah.
Now we see Beth. Okay, this is the part I don't understand. We see Beth making this market equity deal. So from what I understand, she's meeting with Swartz and Meyer. She's selling her controlling interest, but she wants to keep the real estate, which is where the airport was going to be. And she's doing this to avoid getting sued by market equity. She's going to put the land in a conservation easement. And like, that's like, I don't understand what, please make this simpler, writers.
I don't understand it either.
I don't get it either. Beth gets home. Whatever happened, it was to Beth's benefit. And it was to fuck over Caroline.
Right. And she swayed that guy.
Yes.
Who was that dude she was talking? I don't even know who these people were. I'm confused by this whole scene, but whatever.
So she gets home and she's really pumped that she fucked someone over today. And Rip and Carter are eating in that weird table. Yes. And Carter suggests they go to the party in the bunkhouse for Lloyd, and Beth thinks that's a great idea, but Rip is like, oh no.
Oh, he knows. He knows what's coming.
Now, market equities, I'm going to let you take this away. We have the slug, so go ahead. Give us some slugs, Steph. What was she saying?
I don't know what she was saying because I didn't write it down, but she's just like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
It's like destroy the whole family is what she's saying.
It's like insane. It's so ridiculous.
She's like, love her. You love her?
No, but I love because she's so ridiculous.
You do a really good imitation of her.
I love imitating her. Yeah.
So they're like Ellis is like, this is checkmate, Caroline. Like, Carolyn, I don't think this is, gonna work. And she's like, in her voice, please say destroy the entire family and start with Beth.
Destroy the entire family and start with Beth. I'm a slug. And I want you to. Like,
and then she has to say, then she has to say, take this family down, turn Sarah loose. Go ahead.
Take this family down, turn Sarah loose.
All right, now in the bunkhouse, this party is pretty lame. They're just playing cards.
Oh, and it's not.
Beth is like, cute. Is this how you celebrate a fucking birthday? Let's go to the bar in Bozeman. So apparently Bozeman is like one of the more touristy towns near them. And nobody wants to go because Rip is like, there's fake cowboys there. You can't take real cowboys and put them with fake cowboys. That's going to be a disaster.
Shit's going to hit the fan.
And the guys are trying to push, but Rip tells Beth, I said no. You don't tell Beth that. Because
she didn't care.
She's so insecure. She's never going to let that fly. She's going to react defensively immediately.
Yep.
Which she does. And she's like, okay, I'm buying. Let's go. Now, poor Carter has to go back up the house with John because he can't be a part of this.
And it pisses me off, too, because I feel like by undermining him in front of those people, like, you just don't do that.
Yeah, but you don't say, I said no, either.
I know. The whole thing was
she goes,
up.
Oh, you said no, huh? And he goes, poor choice of words, darling.
Yeah.
Rip just puts darling after everything, and it's okay.
I know. I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah. Just be like, I really don't want to be on this call with you, darling. when you're in a
Do
meeting
that
at
at my
work.
next meeting in an hour tomorrow.
So they get to the bar and everyone starts doing shots, and Lainey Wilson is singing. And this is the woman we saw when they had the campaign event at the ranch, which is the singer who's got eyes for Ryan. And Ryan is a little cutie.
He's cutie.
So Beth and Rip are dancing, and he tells her, this is so fantastic, keep your crazy in check while we're here. Darling.
Do you want to know what's so funny? I feel like this is a conversation or an exchange that like Patrick and I have had.
I can see that.
Where Patrick would be like, can you not?
So Rip buys some cowboys a drink, everything's going fine. And then I wrote in big letters, oh my God, some woman is hitting on Rip. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stephanie, let's reenact this scene. Ready?
Okay.
I'm Rip. I'm just standing there. Go ahead.
Well, aren't you a tall drink of water?
Get the fuck away from me, darling. I'm married. Get the fuck away from me.
So I've got a husband too.
Get the fuck away from me. Your life will end and it will not be pretty, darling.
My husband's in Sacramento. Where's your wife?
My wife will probably murder your husband and his entire extended family. So just please get away from me. Just pretend I have crabs. Get away from me. Thank you, darling.
I like your crabs. I like you. Give me your crabs.
You have no idea what is about to happen to you, darling. Run for your life right now.
I'll show you what's gonna happen.
You
and
want
she
me to
saunters
get the
away.
livestock police up here.
But like, okay.
So she saunters over to Beth.
I know.
And Beth smashes a glass on her
a bottle on her head. And it was like the most poorly enacted smashing a bottle scene I've ever seen in my life.
Bad.
Like no one thought to do another take of that. That was the worst scene of the whole show. Just because it was so bad. It was so poorly done.
My question is, the more implausible thing in my opinion is you have a bar full of cowboys that look like Wheeler and Ryan and somebody's hitting on Rip.
I know.
What?
But also, does this happen in bars? Like maybe I've just never been privy to a bar fight truly, but like everyone just starts fighting. Like I can't imagine being out in a bar. Like let's just say we're out and a fight starts happening like across the room. I'm not just going to start punching the guy next to me. That's what these people do.
I've been in a lot of bars. Have I ever seen a bar fight?
But if you rewatch this scene, you'll see like they just start punching the people standing next to them.
Yeah, it's
like it's weird.
You see this a lot in the saloons on Little House.
Yes.
Yes. Big fight and everybody just starts beating the shit out of each other. Yeah.
But it's like, it annoys me because I feel like it can't
be
real.
Mob mentality. Yeah. Like people just start,
and it's like I don't think that's how it really happens.
If we're in a bar and I see people fighting and I just have a chance to take out all my aggression on some asshole, I'm just going to do it.
Or how about how I'm like, I've never seen a bar fight. And then I'm like, that's not how it happens. Like, I clearly don't know.
But I don't think I've ever seen, I have seen many fights in my day, mostly at school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I've never seen a bar fight.
I haven't either. Me either.
Yeah, I don't think so. I've hung out in some shady bars.
You definitely have, for sure.
But no, I've never seen... I've been in situations where T-Arch almost got into a bar fight, but it has not happened. No. All right, so Beth is just beating the shit out of this girl, and now we cut to the cops have them all lined up outside, and that new sheriff comes to town. He's coming to he also does not come to play. So Beth, in front of the cops, walks over and punches this woman again.
I know. Like, that would not happen. That I know would not happen.
And the new sheriff named Ramsey is, getting them arrested, getting them lined up, whatever, deciding who to press charges against. And Rip is doing his best intimidation. Be a sad day if something happened to your new cruiser, darling. Or do you know what her name is, darling? Or, just throwing all these wild threats at him. And the sheriff says, Beth hit this woman with a bottle. That's aggravated assault. I'm taking her in. And I'm clapping over here as we see Beth the monster going to fucking jail.
I'm sure
and I'm glad. Let's
you know
take
what was
that
so
chess
funny?
piece off the board.
Oh, she was trying to stick her middle finger up with her hands behind her back.
I understand Rip here, like really arguing with this cop. Like, look around. Everybody else was fucking fighting. Why Beth?
Yeah, Rip is literally like, you can arrest every person here.
Yes.
And he's not wrong, because I literally just watched all of them punch the person standing next to them for no reason.
100%.
So annoying.
So, bottom line, Beth gets arrested. She's gone. Thank God. I hope we get an episode without her, but we won't, because I saw in the previews, Big Bro Jamie has to come to her defense, of course. So, all right. What did you think of this? What do you love and what do you hate? And let's get into it. What are you liking? Let's go there.
There's a lot of things that I liked on this episode, actually.
Okay.
I loved Kayce the most in this episode.
He's amazing.
I loved him the most.
Amazing.
That was a great scene with him and like the Mo. I just loved that.
What are you hating? What are you hating? John Dutton just staring off into the pasture, dreaming about banging his wife.
That was annoying. I'm just hating a lot of things.
The business stuff.
I'm hating the business stuff. I'm hating all the dead animals. Like, and I know we're on a ranch and this shit happens, but like, I no, it doesn't have to happen every episode. The business stuff is annoying
because it's like early on in this series, they would have like a threat to John's land. And it was like clear to understand, like, oh, these people want to do this and we're fighting them. Okay, that's very like the people who don't have MBAs can understand that. But like now it's so complicated.
I know.
And this market share and this equity and this property and these holdings. And I mean, I have 3 college degrees. Granted, they are all in like literature. But I don't understand a word of what they're saying, and I feel like a big dum-dum.
Me too. And I also feel like they're not even doing a good job of trying to explain where these people are coming from and how they fit in. I don't think they are anyway, unless I'm too dumb to be watching, but I don't get it either. So I kind of just gloss over.
Come at us if you feel the business stuff is annoying, because that is definitely not working for me.
It's annoying.
Although... like I said to you, I would take it over the dancing horse storylines that we were forced to watch in season 4. A lot of dancing horses. Dressage? Is that dressage?
I don't even know.
I don't know. So yes, I'm with you. I'm hating the business stuff. I enjoyed the Lloyd celebration this episode. I thought that was really nice.
I love Lloyd.
Lloyd deserves it. He's a rough 64. Let's just say that.
I don't think he is.
Coster looks super hot at 68. And
I know.
Yeah, it's making...
Well, he's had a hard life working on the ranch.
That's
true. Ranch comes before everything, Amy. Even
the ranch comes before everything.
Even Lloyd's everything. Health, well-being.
And I'm here for the livestock PD spinoff.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
I'm here for it.
Could you imagine?
All right, Steph. So thank you so much for talking with me this morning about Yellowstone. And for those of you who have not checked out our Facebook group, it's called, what's it called, Steph?
Is it extra?
No, our Facebook group.
Oh, well, the Backdoor Friends. I was getting it confused with that thing I signed up for last week that I like, what?
Guys,
I don't do well with the apps.
You need to slide into our Backdoor Friends.
Yes.
Group.
If you could see my face.
Slide into our Backdoor Friends group.
Slide into Amy's Backdoor.
We have fun in there, I think.
We definitely do.
It's getting bigger, so it's there. Also, we do have a Patreon and Supercast. Those links are in the show notes if you're interested in supporting the podcast, and we're also going to be doing reality on the Patreon and Supercast. We're going to be doing Love is Blind, and we're going to be doing Sister Wives.
I love it.
So those 2 things will be coming at you there.
I love it.
Anyway, guys, if you can leave a review, that really helps a lot. It helps people find us on Apple Podcasts. All right, Steph, thanks so much, and we'll see everybody soon.
Bye!